Vlad would even come out and say Boosie didn't want to sit down for a certain interview because Charleston White was going to be there. All of this crazy anti-rat shit that everyone seems to support. But BG, who Boosie DM'd me about, upset after the video I did on him, BG just admitted that he testified in a grand jury against someone else. No.
Ain't no way, bro. I think I reacted to what Jake said about BG when Jake called BG a rat. Y'all was all on my case too. Man, BG ain't no rat. And you telling me BG that set up here and came out and said he testified on somebody, bro?
No.
Like that just, no, come on. YouTube! What's that word, man? We grinding, bro. We up, you know what I mean? We up. Hey, man, last night, right? I really didn't lay down to like 11 o'clock, right? And I hadn't dropped no videos on my main reaction channel, man. Shout out to the mob. You feel what I'm saying? Y'all make sure y'all rock out with King Don Reacts. Yeah, this channel. You know what I'm saying? I hadn't dropped no videos on this channel, man. If y'all didn't know, I got like 3 reaction channels. Got a vlogging channel. My lady got a channel. All links in the description down below. But, so when I laid down, bro, I was tired, sleepy. And I was about to basically just get right into my work, bro. And something came to my mind and it said, God is not concerned with your hustle. He's more concerned with your faith. You feel me? And I was like, whoa. And I instantly put the computer down, man, and grabbed my wife and held my wife and actually like went to sleep when she went to sleep. Now, she sleep right now and I'm in here hustling, but I just thought about that, you know what I'm saying, with what came to my mind last night. And the reason I'm still in here hustling because you still gotta hustle even though you got faith. You feel what I'm saying? But at that point in time right there, I felt like God was telling me, look, man, take a break, bro. Get you some rest, man. Get you some sleep. Even God rested, bro. After he created the world, he took a day of rest. You know what I'm saying? But you still gotta hustle though. Faith without work is dead, man. But God loves it when you have faith. And normally when you got the faith, bro, you gonna put that work behind it, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because you believe in what you're doing. Anyway, man, we gotta talk about this boy BG, man. They say BG admitted to testifying and things of that nature, man. So I just wanted to bring this to the channel and get you guys' opinion on it. And y'all know, man, bringing us that content is none other than my dog, 1090 Jake. So let's see what's popping.
Cases of a DJ, a YouTuber, completely defeating not only a gangster rapper, but a gangster rap legend after Vlad TV completely embarrassed Boosie. Now, this whole back and forth played out on social media, over social media, and Boosie has been one of Vlad's legendary guests. The chemistry, the balance between the two of them, the interviewer and the interviewee, has gained a ton of views because they just go so well. Nobody expected this beef, and the whole thing comes down to Boosie was pocket watching how much 6ix9ine got paid for an interview. Boosie hates rats, we all know it. Vlad would even come out and say Boosie didn't want to sit down for a certain interview because Charleston White was going to be there. All of this crazy anti-rat shit that everyone seems to support. But BG, who Boosie DM'd me about, upset after the video I did on him, BG just admitted that he testified in a grand jury against someone else. No.
Ain't no way, bro. I think I reacted to what Jake said about BG when Jake called BG a rat. Y'all was all on my case too. Man, BG ain't no rat. And you telling me BG that set up here and came out and said he testified on somebody, bro? No. Like that just, no, come on, man. Say it ain't so.
But just making, they don't know how to go putting your name in the mix with the grand jury.
I got subpoena. He got subpoena by the grand jury. You know what I'm saying? When I got my subpoena, I'm like, man, I went to my lawyer, man, I'm not going woo-woo. He like, man, if you don't go, you going to jail. You know what I'm saying?
Is it me, bro? But like I don't trust niggas who just can't give you a straight answer, bro. Like all that ba, like what the hell? And I rock out with BG, he's a legend. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to BG, but all that I got subpoena and then the ba. Like I feel like when you hit them with the ba, it's something in there that you don't want me to hear. You know what I'm saying? So you basically mix the important stuff with ba. You know what I mean? Come on, man. Goddamn, what you saying, Mark?
You cannot duck this. Like you got to go.
Quick pause, because this might actually help you out. If you've ever needed access to your money,
Nah, Jay, we rich. We don't need that shit, man. We rich like you. We get the money when we get it, Mark. For shit show.
Vlad was like, nah, Boosie tried to portray that Vlad was being cheap, when in all actuality, Vlad was already overpaying, and if he paid any more, he would have been making no profit off the situation. And he sat down with 6ix9ine, the cause of it all, to talk about it.
Now, I mean, the first thing is, I feel like you're the reason why a whole bunch of my guests are upset.
Yeah.
Because first Boosie had a problem.
You say you think or you know?
I know.
Yeah, I know too. No,
You know?
it's just, it is what it is. So my thing is like, pocket watching fucks up a lot of shit, right? For him to pocket watch, remember, he's your boy. Like, he's been interviewing you for how many years before? No, hold on, no, wait. Don't defend him. What year did he start?
Well, technically, our first interview was 20 years ago. So, but way before Vlad TV, when I was doing DVDs. So, 2006 was the first interview.
Came off.
Man,
This nigga Vlad been hustling for a minute. Man, shout out Vlad, my boy. Vlad been hustling for a minute, nigga. That nigga said what? They first interview with when, folk?
Pocket watching fucks up a lot of shit, right? For him to pocket watch, remember, he's your boy. Like, he's been interviewing you for how many years before? No, hold on, no, wait. Don't defend him. What year did he start?
Well, technically, our first interview was 20 years ago. So, but
Sheesh. Nigga, shout out to OG.
way before Vlad TV, when I was doing DVDs. So, 2006 was the first interview.
Came off.
Man, this is a major throwback. Look at how young Boosie and Webby both look.
Hell yeah.
And that's the thing that surprised so many people. This isn't just something that started recently. This is a 20-year, what many people thought, friendship. But apparently it wasn't a friendship, it was strictly business for Boosie.
Yeah.
20 years. And because 6ix9ine got paid a little more, everything went down the drain.
He should have way more loyalty to you if it's fucking a century. You know what's a century?
It's 100 years. A decade.
No, a decade is 10 years.
Right, so 2 decades.
So 2 decades.
Yeah.
We were both wrong. I took facts. But listen, how many interviews would you say he do a year? 1?
Sometimes as many as 4.
4.
Yeah.
So 4 times 10
40. I mean, he's probably done
equals
maybe
40 times
30
25. Jesus Christ. So just for you to talk, can you see that, guys?
Right, okay, but here's the thing.
No, fuck that. Can you see that, guys? So just for him to fucking talk.
The math is mathing, and what isn't making any sense is why Boosie.
Just for this nigga to talk, man. Vlad done paid this nigga $1 million, bro. Crazy. And that's not even counting like everything else Boosie got going on, bro. You made $1 million in a year just for you to sit down with Vlad, bro, and just talk about stuff, bro. Come on, man. Yo, I honestly ain't speak on it, but I think Boosie was tripping too. I'm not gonna lie, I think he was tripping like hell.
Would walk away from this situation over 6ix9ine. Like, it's like a pride thing. Like, he got more than me and he ratted. I can't go for that. I'm the realest in the game. You gotta pay me more. And it's like, bro, you making all this money. You don't even have to go anywhere. Vlad is flying to you.
Yeah,
with
that's
his
crazy.
crew to interview you at your house.
That's crazy,
All
man.
you gotta do is get the door.
That's
and you
crazy.
get a bag.
That's crazy as hell. Man, Boosie Boo, man. You shouldn't have done that. That bad business, if you ask me, folks. We'll probably never hear from Boosie again. Now.
Tell the world. All right, just say
You
it.
wanna say it?
Yeah.
50,000.
So you paid me 50,000
Right, for the first interview.
for the first interview.
50,000's a bag for an interview. 50,000, and this is the thing: is so many people think like regular rappers get that kind of money. I'm not gonna.
Gave that man a whole 50 ball. I wonder how much he made though. I wonder how much he made off the interview though. That what we need to ask him, like how much you made, gang. But bro, if he gave him 50, he had to make at least. I'm gonna say at least he had to make about 30, 40, maybe another 50. Crazy work.
Name names because it's just gonna cause controversy, but no one's paying that kind of money unless you're getting millions immediately. And 6ix9ine's interview on Vlad TV this year was like the biggest interview of the year. Everything went crazy viral, all the clips, all the little edits, this and that. That's why he's worth that kind of bag. Even the numbers on this video, just this clip, is over 500,000.
Yeah, for sure.
So it's like, that kind of bag is an investment. But for like the random rappers that go on Say Cheese or No Jumper or this and that, the Chicago rappers, them boys are not getting 50K. They're not getting 10K. They're not getting 5K. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I don't even think they getting 1K. I think Adam paying them niggas like $200 and buying them niggas a 2-piece and a biscuit from Popeye. Oh! Straight up, man. Adam ain't getting nobody no $1,000 come sit down with him, gang. He probably gave Charleston White probably about 5-10, because Charleston White ain't pulling up unless he getting a healthy bag. But them boys from Chicago, like Ruger them, man, Adam getting them nigga like $150, man. Straight up.
Number you think people are getting, they're not getting. And then you got some rappers that turn YouTubers. They're not getting 50K a month off YouTube. They're not getting views. They're not getting subs. They're not getting none of that shit.
Facts.
So a lot of y'all think these people are richer than they are.
Yeah.
Because maybe this video got a certain amount of views, a music video. Or maybe the blogs post them because they steady doing stupid shit and they keep themselves in the blogs. And they got the Moissanite Cartier and they got the fake chain and, you know, they got all this jewelry, but they never tag a jeweler because they get the shit off fucking Temu. So my point is, y'all think people are getting more money than what they really are. And then you see somebody who's really getting a bag because they bring the results that's wanted by the channel. Me and Vlad have been locked in the same price. I never asked for more. Because the thing is, I don't make my money off of interviews. I make my money off my own channel. Yeah. Now, if I have to, you know, when I went to New York and sat down with Vlad flew me to New York and I got paid for it. You know what I'm saying? He took care of the flight, etc. Everything was good. But as far as like if we do a remote interview, all I have to do is just go to the studio, sit down, I get paid. I never ask for more because there's power in a relationship like that.
For sure.
As many interviews as me and Vlad have done, I now consider him an actual friend. I can call Vlad at whatever time and he's going to pick up and vice versa. I can ask for advice on shit and he's just giving me free game on other situations. So I'd actually consider him a friend. But when it comes to the money, I don't make my money off of interviews. I don't need to charge $5,000, $10,000, $20,000. Because what's going to happen is once I do this interview with Vlad, it puts my name in the algorithm and all I need to do is stay consistent on my channel and I get my bag. That is my return. Not having to charge more because 6ix9ine got paid 50 bands. But again, this gets interesting because Vlad talks about the relationship that they had and I believe he thought they were truly friends and now it seems like they're almost beefing and shit's just gone down the fucking drain and Vlad was given no choice but to prove his point.
Now look, like, for example, if you would have told me 6 months ago that me and BOOSIE are going to get into it, and 90% of the people are going to take my side in this overall situation, I would have said that will never happen in my lifetime.
That's a fact. I think a lot of people didn't expect that. Once BOOSIE put out the initial message and made Vlad appear cheap, and once Vlad came with the fucking facts, everyone was like, oh, nah, BOOSIE wildin'.
Yeah.
You acted like it was only 5,000 more, but really he's showing you how much he been paying. And then he's showing you what the numbers are doing and how the value has technically decreased. And he'd be going under the table at that point. He'd be making less money. He wouldn't be profiting. It would be costing him money just to put you on his channel. All that for nothing.
Because BOOSIE has such a big following and a history and so forth.
You give him too much credit.
But listen, when I came through and laid out all
the
truth, facts, and Boosie's follow-up wasn't Vlad's lying, those aren't the numbers, he's not he said, yeah, he was giving me 25 and I felt I should, deserve 35.
But just think about that, 25, 6, 7, 8 times a year. And it's been 7 months and I haven't done an interview and I asked for 35. That's why we couldn't come to agreement.
BOOSIE over the years pay increase went up or down?
Up.
6ix9ine, who was your best guest on your platform with the most views, his pay grade went up or down?
Down. But there's a reason for it. But can I say the reason?
Now there's a reason.
No. Can I say the reason? No. Can I say the reason, though?
Why?
And academics talked about this also.
Yeah.
People's first interviews are usually their biggest.
Okay, so why didn't I use...
hold on.
Why didn't I use that as leverage against you?
That's a fact too, because when I did my first interview, I'm not talking about with Lockdown 23-1. Shout out to Josh. That was the first interview I ever did, period. It ever got on YouTube. But aside from that, I waited. And my first interview was on No Jumper, and I think it's like almost 7 million views. Like, my interview did bigger than King Von's, which was crazy. Like I said, 4 years ago, the 1090 Jake interview, 6.8 million views.
But Jake was fat too.
But at this point, I think we can all agree and understand the situation. Boosie was upset because 6ix9ine, who everyone knows is a rat, was making more money than he was. But this is my thing. I covered the BG story like 2 years ago. I got a lot of blowback for that situation, right?
Yeah, for sure.
I heard the story. They said he, whatever, somebody was supposed to take the fall. But then after he took the fall, he didn't want to take the fall anymore. And he was accusing everyone of snitching, this and that, yada, yada, yada. Just like the Gucci Mane situation, everybody came up with an excuse for BG. I've never received more death threats over any other video than the one on BG, right? Basically was told on...
Y'all nigga be sending Jake death threat? Like, damn, bro. Like, god damn. That shit that serious? Is it that deep, though? I ain't never think it was that deep for somebody to get death threat, though, fuck. What's going on, man?
Banned from New Orleans, this and that, all this crazy ass shit. BG himself never responded. I was in contact with BG's mans trying to interview BG. I would have went to Arizona or whatever the fuck the halfway house was and sat in front of BG so we could have this conversation and figure it out. Because I'm not making shit up. I'm reading the fucking paperwork. I didn't write the paperwork. I'm reading the paperwork, right?
For sure.
Well, BG just did an interview admitting he testified in a grand jury, and Boosie hasn't said a fuck thing about it. But Boosie was one of the first ones to jump in my DM telling me to correct some shit that I didn't do. I didn't go in the grand jury. BG did.
That grand jury shit, cap, but nigga just making shit up. They don't know how that shit go. Nigga putting your name in the mix with the grand jury shit. Like, what that just some shit that niggas don't know. Cause that nigga dog face nigga, that nigga was a fan of you. And then I see this nigga, that shit be fucking me up, bro. So I ain't known that, bro. But man, you sometimes.
Nah, what he just did right there was copped a whole lot of pleas just to ask a fucking question.
Yeah.
Hey, bro, is the grand jury shit true? Because I seen somebody else talking about that shit, and I'm not on that shit. And homie, just ask.
Yeah.
Just straight up ask, what's up with the grand jury accusations? We saw papers.
Yeah, is you a rat or not, my boy? Let me know what's popping. Did you take the stand or not? You know, you got to dog face, man. Dog. Come on, man. Cut it out.
Where it came out, what is it? You don't have to cop all them pleas like he's going to take your face off right there on camera. You know what I mean? Like, you ain't got to act. I understand trying to be respectful, but you can respectfully just ask a question instead of trying to be like, yo, bro, I don't mean nothing crazy, but, you know, because I feel like he's making this shit like you already picking a side. Just wait for the truth.
You know what I'm saying? I be like, man,
if niggas a real federal nigga, you know what I'm saying, and then a nigga, you know, really been in the system and really know how the system work and really know, you know what I'm saying, how that shit go, then nigga understand, you know what I'm saying? Because I got...
Please tell me, right? Anyone who's watching this video, out of everything that just came out of his mouth in response to that, tell me what the fuck that means.
We don't know, gang.
Shine. Shopping online.
We don't get it either, Jake. We don't get it, gang.
Is that a whole lot of nothing?
Yeah, we don't get it.
I don't know what the fuck I just heard, bro.
A subpoena, you know what I'm saying, by the, me and my nigga Blunt, we got subpoena by the grand jury, you know what I'm saying, because a nigga mentioned our name because, you know, nigga was in the car with us, you know, when they went to jail and shit, right? So, you know, when I got my subpoena, I'm like, man, I went to my lawyer, man, I'm not going woo-woo. He like, man, if you don't go, you going to jail.
Woo-woo.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you cannot duck this. Like, you got to go. You know what I mean? He would like just go in there and plead the fifth. You know what I'm saying? On, you know, whatever they ask you, if they ask you this, that, and the third, you know what I'm saying? Then, you know, you answer whatever, but you cannot not go. You know?
All right, so right there, he just went against himself. He says he got a subpoena. A subpoena is a court order in which you're required to show up. If you don't show up, they send out a warrant and take you to jail. That's a fact.
Yeah, for sure.
Now, he said his lawyer told him either go in there and plead the fifth, which is you plead the fifth. You don't want to say anything because it could potentially be used against you. You could incriminate yourself. And in that case, you don't say shit. But then he's like, the lawyer said, you know, they ask you questions, just answer whatever they ask. Those are two different things. When you go to a grand jury and plead the fifth, that actually has to get accepted. It can be accepted or denied. It's not just a choice that you have. It has to get approved, right? But then he says, if they ask you questions, you got to answer the questions. So in that case, you're testifying in front of a grand jury.
Man, because if you don't go, like, you
automatically guilty.
You are going to jail.
Automatically guilty, right?
If we was out here and a nigga did that, how you would look at yourself from the perspective of what you did?
Man, who is BG podding with? Cause like, it don't automatically make you guilty, bro. It just means you just don't want to testify. Like, if the judge called me to testify on my homie, and I say, nah, I don't want to do that, I don't look guilty of nothing. I just look like I'm being defiant. I don't want to testify. What the hell, man? Who is these niggas, man?
Now, that's a respectable question. Less stuttering, less beating around the bush. He's saying if someone else did that, if someone else testified to a grand jury to avoid going to jail, how would you look at them? Because realistically, when someone snitches, what's on the line? You either snitch or go to jail or snitch or go to prison, right? You're avoiding the same fucking thing. So if you get told, hey, you need to come to court and tell us what the fuck happened and you're going to jail, and you do it to avoid going to jail, what would you call that? So let's hear BG's response.
Wait, say that again?
Like, if you didn't did that and another nigga did that, how you would look at that nigga? Like,
I mean, now
you
that
had to do it. Yeah, that's what I'm
now
saying.
that I understand, like, yeah, I know how it go.
Right,
You know what I'm
right.
saying? So, you know, if you get subpoenaed by the grand jury,
It's a
man,
must. That's how that shit go.
But if you don't understand it, would you be on the same side as the people that see it the way they see it?
If you don't,
That's a good question.
If you don't understand it,
It looks suspect.
yeah, I could. You know what I'm saying? I can see niggas like, oh man, that nigga.
But the real is the real. You gotta understand.
No, the real is the real. Right.
Nah, I
You know what I'm
got you.
saying? Like that. I mean, bro, like niggas who been to the feds, like niggas who know how the system work, like niggas who know, like niggas know what's happening, man. When them, you know what I'm saying?
All right, so my question for this is, why didn't he go in there and plead the fifth? Why did he testify and answer the questions? Because if we want to look at it, we'll go over to my video from 2 years ago, the story of BG testifying on a fall man, right? We go to 2 minutes and 52 seconds. In addition, both Christopher Dorsey, that's BG, and Darian Blunt would testify that Dorsey was driving, Blunt was in the front passenger seat, and Washington was in the back seat. Washington was allegedly the fall man that accused BG of snitching. Both individuals, meaning BG and Darian Blunt, would testify that they were unaware there was a firearm in the vehicle. They would both confirm that the firearm was Washington's, that Washington admitted to officers that the firearm was his and that he had obtained the firearm from his girlfriend, right? The whole thing with this is Washington would come back saying, that ain't my gun. That wasn't my gun. I'm not taking the rap for that gun. But BG already testified in front of a grand jury that it was his. And he said it was his.
Damn.
What do you call that?
Damn.
Boosie, what do you call that?
Damn.
And then some more paperwork. Someone would tell BG to get someone else out of jail so that they could sign an affidavit stating the guns were his. BG believed that if they signed the affidavit taking the responsibility for the guns, the charges against them would be dismissed. So they were trying to pin the gun on somebody, and they tried to get somebody to sign a paper saying the guns was theirs, but that's not how it played out. BG went in there and testified and said, yeah, that was his gun. And this is why I don't go for nothing.
That's crazy, bro.
Because at the end of the day,
It's crazy, though, because, like, I covered this, too. I remember covering it. I think I reacted to Jake covering it, but yeah, like, what y'all call that, though, man? What y'all call that, bro? Think about it and let me know.
There's a rapper who you can find that's picked a favorite rap. At the end of the fucking day, someone's picked someone, or someone has picked a side in which they're like, nah, he didn't rat, that doesn't count, this and that, whatever, right? If BG was supposed to have a fall man, cool. This shit didn't fucking work. BG walked into a federal grand jury because he didn't want to go to jail, and he testified that the gun was someone else's so that he wouldn't go down for the shit. He did it to save himself at the end of the fucking day. Boosie and Vlad fell out because Boosie wanted more money because 6ix9ine, who he looks at as a stone cold rat, was making a bigger bag than him. But when this interview just dropped of BG admitting he testified to a grand federal jury against somebody else, Boosie hasn't said a fuck thing. Crazy. Let me know y'all's thoughts and comments in the comment section.
Shout out my dog Jake. That is crazy that Boosie ain't said nothing, bro. And BG just admitted. He just admitted that he, I don't want to say he snitched. That don't even sound right saying BG is a snitch. But he did admit, bro, that he took the stand. And 1090 Jake pulled up the paperwork. Go back and look at the videos. Jake pulled up the paperwork. Well, BG, he won, he said the gun wasn't his. He blamed it on the fall guy. Now, let me ask y'all this, bro, and I'm going to let y'all get up out of here. So if the fall guy is basically saying, okay, y'all can pin this on me, and they actually pin it on him, is that actually snitching, though? Like, if the plan is for, if we get pulled over, gang, and I know if I get another felony, I'm finna go to the chain gang for a while, and we get pulled over, right? And before we left the crib, I said, hey, dog, you gonna take the gun charge. You know what I'm saying? You gonna take it. We gonna tell the police it's yours. You say it's yours. Things of that nature. Is it snitching that BG and the other dude said that it was his? Or should they just have faith in him and they be like, man, we don't know who gun that is, and no boy say it's mine. Like, I don't know. It's crazy. That's why I'm not a street guy. Slippery slope for sure. But hey, I want to know what Boosie think too. I can almost guarantee you Boosie just like, ain't no way, dog. They have Boosie or not. Hey, Boosie just like that, right? Boosie like, no. He can't believe it, cuz. Boosie, you the realest, boo. You the realest out here, Boosie, straight up, man. But hey, though, y'all let me know what y'all think about these in the comment section down below, man. Don't forget to like that video. Don't forget to subscribe. After subscribe, make sure you ring that bell. After y'all ring it up, make sure you hit all, because I don't want y'all to be missing none of these bangers for you. Schmem. More life or no life. More way or no way. You know how we coming. OTM. We gonna get it out the mud every single day. I love you, folk, but God love you more than me, so tap in with him. I'ma see y'all on the next one. Let's get it. Gang. You know we got the streets, nigga. We got the trap, too. I say my trap doing numbers. I just bust another jewel. Got a player around the corner, hey. I say my trap doing numbers like that 05 summer. Got a quarter pound on me, hey. The trap doing numbers.